want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And I want to give a shalom to the brothers out there who's laboring on the highways and byways teaching this truth, right? I ran across a series of articles yesterday, and Spirit jumped on me to do a video about it, right? This first one that reads, Russia sends ships, warplanes to Cuba and Venezuela, right? Let's get into it. It says, a Russian Air Force plane landed in the Venezuelan capital of Caracas on Monday, according to witnesses from the Reuters news agency. The arrival came just 3 months after Russia landed 2 Air Force planes carrying defense officials and around 100 troops, leading to the U.S. accusing Moscow of engaging in reckless escalation of the ongoing country's political power struggle. It says Russia has in recent years positioned itself as a steadfast backer of Nicolas Maduro's socialist regime, providing financial, diplomatic, and military support to the regime amid the country's worsening economic and humanitarian crisis. Well, who caused that economic and humanitarian crisis? The United States, right? Putting all those sanctions on the country, right? Let's continue to read. It says Cuba, one of the Russian Navy's most advanced warships, Admiral, Gorshkov, docked in Havana on Monday, where it was greeted with a 21-gun salute from the Cuban military located at the entrance to the Bay of Havana. It says, according to PBS, the Admiral, armed with cruise missiles, this is a fully armored ship, man, and air defense systems and other weapons, and is the first ship in a new class of frigates intended to replace ancient Soviet era destroyers to project power far away from Russian shores. It says Moscow has become a crucial ally of Cuba's communist regime, invoking shades of Havana's alliance with the Soviet Union during the Cold War, right? It says last year, Vladimir Putin agreed to loan the country $50 million in order to purchase new military equipment such as armored vehicles, helicopters, and other weapons. However, Russian officials have repeatedly expressed concern at both Cuba's and Venezuela's abilities to repay their debts as their respective economies remain in dire straits. And this article says sort of their socialist economic policies. But we know the reason why they're in dire straits because of those damn tariffs. The sanctions being placed on them by who? The United States, right? Let's get this next article. Because right now, all these nations are starting to hate those, right? And it's just a matter of time before the Most High kick this thing out, man. Right here. For the Washington Post, Trump warns Iran of overwhelming force in the event of an attack on anything American, right? Let's get into it. Said Trump on Tuesday warned Iran that any attack on anything American would be met with great and overwhelming force after Iranian officials slammed new U.S. sanctions, as permanently closing the path to democracy amid a spike in tensions in the Persian Gulf. They said, man, look, let's keep reading. Iran's leadership doesn't in the words nice or compassion. They never have, Trump said in this series of tweets. Well, how the hell do the so-called Edomites know anything about nice or compassion? Was they showing broke our men? Was they showing compassion when they had our babies, the Gators? Was they showing compassion when we was rolling over here in them damn ships and feces and sweat and blood and piss and man, come on, man, the hypocrisy. Iran officials earlier Tuesday criticized new penalties targeting Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, saying that the White House has become mentally crippled. In a searing televised address, Iran President Hossein Rouhani called restrictions against Khamenei outrageous. It says Russia has intelligence that shows that a U.S. drone in airspace shot down. The Secretary of the country's citizen has said, speaking at a briefing for journalists, Nikolai Petrovich also had evidence that Tehran was behind the attacks. On info was of poor quality and unprofessional. Right? You can spy anywhere from anywhere, but you got grainy, black and white picture saying it was Iran damn bomb off the side of a boat. How thou fallen, old Babylon, right? Let's get into the scriptures, man. There we go. This is Isaiah chapter 46, verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Right now, it's the pleasure of Most High to rouse all these nations up, man, to bring them to the valley of Jehoshaphat. So what? The children of Israel can be free, right? To get out this captivity, right? This is his plan. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible, right? I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the gold wedge of Ophir, right? So in that day, the man of the Most High is going to be more precious than fine gold, right? Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, and the wrath of the Most High of hosts, in the wrath of the Most High of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. Everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword, right? Their children also shall be dashed into pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and the wise ravished, right? Behold, I will stir the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in them, right? The Medes, the Persians, the so-called Middle East, the Iranians, right? The Most High is stirring them up right now. Them in Russia, right? Let's get this. Because the Most High is the master chess player, man. He declared the end from the beginning. It don't matter how it came, right? Just like Jacob and Esau, right? He declared that from the beginning. It didn't matter how it played out, right? This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38. We start at the top. And the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog and Magog. Shall I set thy face against Gog and the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Most High power, Behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, right? Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet, right? The Most High is doing all his pleasure right now. He just said right here, you ain't know Gog and Magog in that area is Russia. He's putting that spirit back on them to what come against America, right? Because the children of Israel is waking up. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 31. And it reads, Behold, I am against thee, O most proud, saith the Most High. Shalak saying, saith the Most High of hosts, for thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee, right? The Most High is getting ready to visit the most proud. And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all around about him. Thus saith the Most High of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah will oppress together. And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go, right? So we are oppressed right now together here in this land of our captivity, Mystery Babylon, right? Says their Redeemer is strong. The Most High of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give them rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon, right? We in the land of confusion right now, man. But we already know Esau is the most proud, man. These folks said reparations shouldn't be paid out because nobody's alive and nobody is alive that affected, but your whole system was built off of it. Your stock market, your insurance companies, everything that you have is built up off the oppression of the Israelites, right? Even to this day, how they oppressing us as far as with the prison systems, right? This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as deaf, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people, right? So we already know that Esau gathers unto him all nations. He's now been transgressing the nations by his philosophy, by his doctrine, by his religion. You know what I'm saying? Giving them white Jesus, you know. But that's what Esau do. And this you can't debunk Esau being a so-called white man. It's prophecy. Scriptures line up. And once again, you know, who is the most proud, man? Verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Shall not they rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. You're gonna be for a spoil, right? Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city, and of all that dwell therein, right? Woe to him that covet an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil, right? Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul, right? So once again, that most proud man is about to be taken out of the way, thus saith the Bible, right? This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, and let's start at verse. And it reads, proclaim ye among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares and the swords, and your pruning hooks and the spears. Let the weak say, I am strong, right? That's what Iran's saying right now. They're saying, come on, America. We don't want a war, but we're ready for you, right? Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves, and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Most High. Let the heathen be awakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Most High is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining, and the Most High shall roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem. Now, Jerusalem is the people before it's a place. And the heavens and the earth shall shake. Once again, the heavens and the earth shaking, right? But the Most High will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. So shall ye know that I am the Most High your power, dwelling in Zion my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her any more, right? And it shall come to pass in that day, the mountains shall drop new wine. Now, this new wine is in the kingdom of heaven. That true doctrine of the Most High, because all nations gonna serve our God whether they want to or not, right? And the hills shall flow with milk, and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and the fountain shall come forth of the house of the Most High, and shall water the valley of Shittim. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be desolate, shall be a desolate wilderness, right? So why does the Most High put Egypt and Edom together? Because we're in the land of our captivity. We are here being oppressed together, right? It says, for the violence against the children of Judah, because thou hast shed innocent blood, right? That's why. That's why they're going to become a desolate wilderness, right? This is the book of Malachi, chapter 4, and we're going to start at the top. It's the book of Malachi, chapter 4, and verse 1. Behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all they that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Most High host, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. But unto you that fear the name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. And ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet. In the day that I shall do this, saith the Most High of hosts, right? So that day is coming, man. When those thermonuclear missiles get sent over here, Lord willing, I'm part of that number, and Lord willing, the brothers on this listen to this lesson is part of that number that we get beamed up, man, and preserved from that destruction, right? Because I know we're laboring to escape the destruction, and everything else to come after that is just gravy, right? I don't want to feel the fire. Just being honest with you, right? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 4. The Most High have made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Most High. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished, right? Though you try and join yourself with our people, you're not going to go unpunished. And our people joining themselves to him, they're going to be thrust through, as we read earlier, right? This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8 and verse 13. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not the Most High. He don't have no fear of the Most High. That's just what he is, man. He doesn't care. He feel like, hey, man, you gotta understand, he gonna try and fight against the Most High. Why you think he got the Space Force, right? He gonna try and fight against Yahweh by Shem, right? We know this. He's gonna try and do that, right? Cause why? He's a proud man. Let's get this. This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1. Shalaka. This is the book of Obadiah, 1 and 1. Let me get this thing. There we go. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Most High power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Most High, and ambassadors sit among the heathen. Arise, let us rise against her in battle, right? Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee. Thou that dwelleth in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground, right? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, hence will I bring thee down, saith the Most High. If these came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the great gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up, right? It's like we read earlier, man. He heaped unto him all people, all nations, man. He don't know when to stop. It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him, right? When that time comes and all those missiles gonna be shot out, it's gonna be a surprise to Esau. He was like, I thought y'all was on my side. Nope. Nope. These nations are tired of you, Esau. And it's almost time for the elect of the children of Israel to go home, right? It says, and thy mighty men, O to men, Salaki, shall not in that day say of the Most High, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and the understanding out of the mount of Esau, and the mighty men of Oteman shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau might be cut off by slaughter. Why, Lord? For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Much due respect to the brothers out there teaching this truth, man. Keep pushing. We almost home. I want to give once again all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. And to the next time I say, Shalom.